Good day, everybody. Hey, Mike Rooney here. Coup de grace news, where we're delivering that death blow to political correctness. And, we're mainly aimed at all the cronies out there that are telling the untruths. And we're going to bring out the truths in a lot of these news articles and what people on the internet are saying and everything else. Look, today we're covering a really, really high-profile subject: abortion. You know what? And I'm so glad Texas is leading the way. Topic here: activists deride Texas fetal remains burial rule as unconstitutional. Alright, why don't they just say activists ridicule Texas fetal remains burial rule as unconstitutional? That's what deride means, Maybe they think it sounds better. I don't know. This is Yahoo. They kind of lean to the liberal side a little bit, in my opinion. Alright. But anyway, Texas has been trying to pass a law stating that all the remains of all the abortions, they cannot any longer be just thrown in the garbage and put out with a regular landfill. Okay, now they're saying no, they either have to be buried or cremated. And you know what? Let's be honest, that's the right thing to do. I'm going to scroll down. We're going to continue with the article here. Alright, Texas newly adopted amendments requiring the burial of cremation of fetal remains every time a woman has an abortion are set to take effect December 19th. Okay. Yay for Texas. The state's Health and Human Services Commission, HHSC, adopted the new rules on behalf of the state's Department of Health Services, DSHS, on Monday. Okay. They will prevent abortion providers from disposing of fetal remains in sanitary landfills, regardless of period of gestation. Okay. Personally, I didn't know that's where all these babies were going to. It saddens me to think that's where they all been going to these years, to the landfill. If you live in a town that has abortion clinics and you have to go to that landfill to get rid of some of your debris, there's dead babies in there. How sickening. God, this just ticks me off. Alright. Activists say the new rules place an unconstitutional burden on women seeking an abortion, which is legally protected procedure after the Supreme Court's 1973 Roe v. Wade ruling. There's also concerns that the new rules could lead to more women performing unsafe abortions outside of medical facilities. You know what? If you're that embarrassed to give your dead baby that you elected to have killed a burial or cremation, then that just says how ashamed you are that you're actually going through with the abortion. Okay. Now, as we read into this article, you'll find out the women that are having the abortion, they're not going to be the ones legally held responsible. It's if they go to a clinic, that clinic is held responsible to either make sure it's provided a burial or it's cremated. Okay. Activists say the new rules place an unconstitutional burden on women. Unconstitutional burden on women. Well, we know Roe versus Wade is a big fight. Far as us that are against abortions, we don't feel like it's a constitutional right for you to have an abortion. Okay. Alright. These new restrictions reveal the callous indifference. Alright. Callous indifference that Texas politicians have towards women. Now they're trying to throw in the woman card that, hey, Texans do not like their women. Alright. You know what? Texans don't like their women that have abortions for unnecessary reasons. Okay. So you know what? They may be pushing this as a political agenda. I kind of see where they would. But overall, the sanitary thing is not to dump these fetuses in the landfill. It's to dispose of them properly. Okay. David Brown said the senior staff attorney at the Center of Reproductive Rights said in a statement, forcing a woman to pay for a burial after she ends a pregnancy or experiences a miscarriage is not just absurd, it is an unnecessary burden and an intrusion on her personal beliefs. An intrusion on her personal beliefs. Okay, so if she believes she can have an abortion and just throw it in the garbage like it was nothing, she should be able to do so. All right. First of all, we're going to step back. It's not going to be the woman's responsibility. It's going to be the clinic's responsibility to take care of this stuff. All right. To either provide a proper burial for the fetus, or depending on what stage it's in, or cremated. Okay. After the rules was first proposed in July, there was a considerable pushback from abortion rights activists and the medical community, prompting the HHSC to make several changes. We held 2 public comment hearings and reviewed approximately 35,000 comments, taking them into consideration as we finalize these rules. They will take effect 20 days after the filing date. So will be in effect December 19th. Carrie Williams, the chief press officer for HHSC, said in an email to Yahoo News on Wednesday. Okay, so it's going in effect December 19th. We made certain changes to the rules along the way, including adding language to make clear that these rules don't apply to miscarriages or abortions that occur at home, and adding language to clarify that birth or death certificate issuance is not required for proper disposition under the rules. Okay. Again, they're saying if you go to the clinic's going to be responsible. You know, if you have a natural miscarriage or an abortion in your home, you know what? You can still throw him in the garbage, the fetus, and put him to the landfill if that makes you happy and doesn't give you nightmares, because I don't see how the hell it does or doesn't give you nightmares. Okay. Look, the Texas Tribune, which has followed the story from the beginning, reported Monday that the commission acted at the behest of Republican Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who said fetal remains should not be treated like medical waste and disposed of in landfills. They shouldn't. You know, how disrespectful. You know, should not be treated like medical waste. Damn, I hope medical waste ain't. I hope it thought it was all incinerated. I hope it's not dumped into the landfill. The preamble to final documents filed with the Texas Register says the rules carry out the department's duty to protect public health. Thank God somebody's looking out for the public in a manner that is consonant with the state's respect for life and dignity of the unborn. I think that says it's best. That's Texas's overall objective, you know, to pass this law, is to show dignity for the unborn, and the duty to protect health. Okay, if they want to take it as a political move somewhere down the road to eventually get rid of Roe versus Wade, the liberals, the pro-abortionists, that's on them. You know, a few things that I want to point out. All right, this is what gets me. The Center for Reproductive Rights. Center for Reproductive Rights now, a global advocacy organization, that argued that the DSHS does not have statutory authority to promulgate the amendments, and that they are further shaming women who seek reproductive health care. Reproductive health care? Is that the new phrase for an abortion? or post-abortion issue, reproductive health care. Come on now. You got to be kidding me. Alright? This is just, it's crazy. The Center called for the amendments unconstitutionally vague and accused DSHS of pushing its own moral code upon women in Texas. This, they said, places unwarranted stress on abortion access and miscarriage management. Miscarriage management. What? Alright, you know what? Are we going to call an abortion a miscarriage? We're managing a miscarriage? Or does it have to do with reproductive health? Or, I don't know. Let's just call it a abortion. Okay? That's what it is. In the official filings in response to these allegations, the HHSC cited the Texas Health and Safety Code to argue that the department does indeed have statutory authority. The department contending that the rules impose an obligation only on facilities, not on Texans seeking abortions. Okay, the pro-abortionists. Okay. They're trying to put the spin on it to say it's against women and all this. No, look, it's towards the abortion facility, okay, where the abortions are taking place at. You know, it's just, I hate it when they put these spins on things, trying to make it look worse than they do. You know, it's just crazy. Look, for those of us that are against abortion, we feel for every little baby that's killed. You know what? And I will say this: there are certain instances as to where an abortion should be considered. You know, and I think most of us feel that way. Even as in, you know, if the mom's possibly going to die if she delivers the baby. Rape. You know. It takes a strong woman, and I've known women that get raped. They'll have the baby and put it up for adoption. You know what? Those are the most courageous and inspirational women out there. If you can do that, I couldn't do that if I was raped and got pregnant. You know, and the ones out there that put the baby before their lives, those are just some amazing women. You know, and mothers out there. But look, Texas is leading the way. Finally found a little niche, you know, to where we can maybe gain a little control over the abortions. Maybe some of you women out there that are thinking about abortion may think second, you know, if you got to have it, have a barrel. I don't know how many will actually choose that. Probably not many. Most of them will probably end up being cremated. Okay. But I think Texas is doing good. It's sanitary. Didn't know all these babies was going out to the landfill. Probably most of you didn't. Okay. But anyway, Texas, keep it up. Thanks for fighting. Maybe there'll be more states that will move forward in getting this law and act. Mike Rooney, Coup de Grace News. Until next time, look, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube page, Facebook page. That way you get notifications of when I post new stuff or I go live. And look, looking forward to the next time we spend time together. Goodbye.